Okay, we're watching an epic melt up. This is Eastman Kodak. Here are the options trading. Got the market melting up. Stocks trading 36 now. And we're playing in the background the song Everything You Wanted. The shorts are caught in here. About 14% of the stock was shorted. And this is your typical short squeeze happening. Let's look at the chart. The stock was just trading at 2. 14% of the shares were floated. 14% of the float was shorted. Let's look at it from a minute-to-minute perspective. Hey, Andy. Yeah, this would be an awesome trade to be in, right? This is insane. They've been halted like 10 times this morning. This is nuts. This is going to be like SCO. Let me show you what SCO while we're waiting for the halt. You remember this oil ETF? If I go back on demand, it was April 21st. I don't know how long it would take for this to pop up on demand. Let me see if it's quick. If it's not, I'll just flip back. All right, so this was, let's just see if they're showing. Yeah, look at this. This is the SCO contract. Look, I shorted this at 1350 earlier in the day at 900% implied. It closed, I sold it at 1350. It closed at 5, and it dropped from 900% vol to 600% vol. All right, so that shows you what call options can do. They can go up to even 900%. Let me see. I think I did it at around 2 p.m. Let me see if this comes up quick because we're kind of waiting for this stock. There, look at this. Look at this. Is this crazy? Have you guys ever seen this? Now, I thought this was epic. 900%, okay? I sold it at 1350. The high was 1450. 900%, okay? So that's what we're watching for. So now let's go back to where the market is right now. We're suspended right now. What kind of vols are we looking at? Andy, we could have just bought a 20 call. It just traded at 12. And now it's going to trade 20. They're continuing. You see how many puts are in here? They're continuing to buy massive amounts of puts. As this thing's going up, people are buying puts. So the market is getting shorter and shorter. 105 million shares have traded. Let's look at the volume on a daily basis. Okay, look at the volume here. 300 million yesterday. We've already done over 100 million today. The day before, 1 million. Look at this. 76,000. This is crazy, man. We are in the midst of a massive short squeeze. Hundreds of millions of shares from trading just 50,000 shares a day. And when you look at this volume in here, you look at what's happening in the options. 85,000. Someone's bought 46,000 of these 2.5 puts for around 15 cents. I'm not sure why. But here we go. We are open. 39.40. Okay, right now you could buy. Right now this is at the money. Look, you could buy this for 20 right now. Stock's at 43. It's at 18. All right, I don't know what to believe in there, but if that was really 18, it's trading below. Suspended again. If that was true, we could have bought the call for 18 and then sold. We could have made, wow, okay. Could have made $1,000 in 3 seconds. Suspended again. Unbelievable. Woo! And look, they're still buying the puts. All right, so while we're waiting, let's just see what just traded, okay? What just traded in there? January 20 calls just traded for 26. Implied vol of only 134%. What else just traded? The 22.5 call just traded at 21. Someone just sold 10 of the 7.5 puts for 85 cents. Hey, Ricky, I see your comment in the chat. 76,000 refers to what? 76,000. Are you asking me a question? Let's look at this. We gotta figure out what could we do in here. This is crazy. Do we know anything else? Is there anything else happening on Twitter? Sorry, I came in late and missed it, that's all. Okay, you were just asking me. Hey, Tan, can we still play this thing? That's what I'm trying to figure out. What is a trade we could do in here? The thing is we don't have any strikes higher up, okay? So here's the thing. I was just showing, while we're waiting here, I was just showing on demand a trade I did back in April. I'll pop this up because we're waiting, got to wait 10 minutes for the suspension. Here's a trade I did back in April 21st. You see this? SCO is up 26 bucks. And you see this? I sold calls at 100 call when the stock was at 62. I sold it for 900% implied vol. Oh, okay, so Andy's saying is that Trump has mentioned, and now look at SCO now. The stock is back to 16. Look, 29 calls is 133%. Okay, so we're saying is that, so Trump has just announced a deal with Kodak. Let's see, news, quick. Received Kodak is soaring. Let's see, 20 minutes ago. Okay, Barron's has got an article. Shares are up. There's no one covering the stock. Okay, Barron's is saying Kodak is taking a government loan. So Trump has announced receiving a U.S. government loan to produce pharmaceutical ingredients. Oh. This is the fast added stock to the Robinhood accounts. I mean, this is an epic short squeeze, so I think the only trade you can see, unfortunately, we don't have any calls that are further up. I feel sorry for the guys shorting this stock because cameras have faded away, been replaced by iPhones. So this is just huge, huge volume in here. But normally when you get an epic short squeeze, if we see the vols hit, again, like I said, in April, I was selling calls for 900% implied vol. So if we see 900% in here, I'm going to short it. But you got to stay really small because you never know. I mean, this thing could go to $100. Wow, here we go. It's 50. Wow, I could have just bought it for 20 just now. 200, look at this. 500,000 shares on the bid. Look at this. Hey, where's the bid? Suspended again. Oh my God. There was 500,000 shares on the bid. Someone is massively short. Wow. Yeah, Ricky, this is crazy, man. This is history live. We're watching live. And there's only 11 people in here watching this. Is that crazy? This is freaking epic. And there's only 11 people that are watching this with us. So Trump talked about it today. Let me see. Yeah, this is crazy, man. Yeah, Gatsby of Houston's asking where do you try to buy this thing? I don't know, but we just got a glimpse, okay? We just got a glimpse. 500,000 shares are trying to buy. That's probably a broker. Someone has blown up an account, and the broker is trying to cover right now. This person's no longer in control of their account. The broker is going to try to fill it wherever they can. If you try to go in on this thing, I mean, you can try to buy a call for less than what you'd buy the stock for, but at some point this thing peaks. I mean, this thing could go to $100 easily, but eventually that guy's going to get filled. But he's got 500,000 shares. But see, look at the volume. We've done 109 million shares. Hey, Matt. Yeah, I was live earlier with the tanker video. Yeah. But you know, I was trying to. Yeah, why do you ask, Matt? You know, I'm trying to edit that one and take some things out of that. Did you have a question on that one, Matt, on the earlier video? All right, so let's look here. Let's look and see what just traded. Okay, what just traded? It's probably better off watching the time and sells when this opens just to see where someone bought a 2.5 call for 48. I'll bet you that guy was short. Let me check Twitter. "17 hours ago, to support the launch of Kodak Pharmaceuticals." Okay, here we. Okay, look up here, guys. None to borrow, okay? You can't borrow the shares. TY, when you talk about buying this thing, just remember this thing is a short squeeze. If you're trying to buy this thing, you're trying to buy it and you're trying to get out before this guy gets liquidated. Okay? Stock's up 600%. So basically everyone's saying that everyone related to Trump probably got in there and bought the stock. $765 million loan to Kodak to launch Kodak Pharmaceuticals. So he made his announcement last night. Hey TY, am I bullish on this company? I mean, there's no way I'm bullish on this company at this price. No way, right? And as Chris just commented in the chat, look, this is epic event. This is a massive short squeeze. This isn't about trying to buy a company that's going to be worth a lot more in the future. This is an epic short squeeze happening right now. So what we're watching is, you know, this is history happening right now. We're watching it live. The only thing I might do in here is if vols get up to 900%, then I might sell one call. I would stay really small, right? But you're not in here to buy this thing long term, okay? This is an epic short squeeze happening in here. This stock was trading 50,000 shares a day. Okay, look at this chart. Okay, you look back here, right? An average day, they did 500,000 shares in a day. So you see what's happening here, 2 million shares in a day. And look at this, yesterday, 285 million shares. That's massive. Someone got short in here as well, not just long. Yeah, $750 million loan. And if we look at the amount of shares, there's only 44 million shares outstanding. So this company had a market cap of 50 million and got a $1 billion loan from the government. So it's pretty crazy. We'll have to see what happens here. But what I would say is we want to watch to see what kind of the options trade in here and what kind of premiums we're looking at. But basically someone's caught short in here. That's what's happening, guys. This is not for you to go in and trade. This is for you to just watch and be humbled. And you know, you should pray for these people who thought they were clever and shorted this stock at 15 and 20 about an hour ago. All right? So let's keep this in perspective. What has this stock done so far this morning? Okay, so this is what's happened yesterday. Okay? You see this? And it hit 60. I never even saw 60. All right? This is history in the making. We're watching history in the making here. That's what's happening. You feel, okay, here we go. 47. Holy crap. Look at that. 1.5 million offered now. Where was the bid? So now let's look at the vols. Where are the vols? 23. Now watch. Let's see the trades here. Let's watch the trades. They're hitting the 22.5s at 23 now, 23.20. Oh, man. Oh, my God. Wow. So that's, oh, man. So that might have been the top right there, guys. There was 500,000 shares bidding at 55. It hit 60. And now there was 2 million shares offered at 47. Wow. Johnson actually owned the shares. He sold at 18 and 33 today. Yeah, look, man, don't get beat up over that, all right? This is an epic short squeeze. You don't know when this is going to happen. And I tell you what, when this thing starts to come back down here, it's going to come down just as quick. So if you tried to sneak in and buy some shares and thought you were going to sell them at 100, damn. There was a bid for 500,000 at 55 and it's just gone. Well, I don't need coffee watching this. So what? Okay, let's look. How long did we trade just now? How much time did we have? Let's look now. 10:40. Okay, here we go. Okay, here's what happened when it opened up. Do we have that long? Did it trade for that long? I don't think so, right? 10:39. Wait, let's go back to the top again. Let's scroll back up here. 10:44. This was not trading for 5 minutes. Oh, there it is. Okay. So it traded for a minute. Here we go. Okay. So they suspended it for 5 minutes, right? And when it opened up, someone hit the guy at 7.5. Okay, look at the vols. 500% implied in there now. Okay, we had 1 minute to trade. Look at this. Somebody was hitting the bid at 690 on the 22.5 puts for this month. Yeah, so if that's probably the peak, because there was 500,000 shares trying to buy. So let's take a look and see. Okay, so 500%, 600%, all right, so 7.5 puts for $1.30. Well, look at the implied vols over here. Look at this. So somebody was bidding. Were they bidding at 40 cents? It's hard to tell because the market was showing quarter and 50. So at this point, first of all, you can't borrow the shares. There's none available to borrow, right? So that's when you get a short squeeze. I mean, look, if any of you still own these shares, you would be crazy not to sell them. But now the question is, can you sell them? You may not be able to sell them now. I mean, if you own the shares, you should be selling the shares now. And look, I don't know where the market's going, okay? I'm not your financial advisor. I'm just telling you, when you look at the prices, we just hit 60. There was 500,000 shares to bid at 55, and that bid is gone. That would have been like a broker liquidating some Robinhood short seller. So here are all the trades that happen in here. Okay, here someone's bidding at $25.90. Someone took the offer for a bunch of contracts in the 22.5. Those are trading at $25.90. Is the exchange, does anyone know, is the exchange just going to let these guys trade and just suspend them every minute and just reopen them every 5 minutes? Isn't there a point where they just stop for the day and they just wait till the next day? So normally if I try to do something in here, normally what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to limit my risk by buying an option and not selling it. If I sell an option, it's going to be for like 900% vol. Hey Chris, if you're new to options, there's like 100 videos on my channel, on my website. You need to go to my channel and just start watching all those videos. I do real live trades and you can see my P&L. And I explain to people how they actually work. So can I suggest you go to my channel and take a look at all those videos? They're not boring. Because I'm using real data. So it's not academic. Okay, here we go. Look at this. 31. You see that? Straight down to 31.90. So if you could buy a put right now that was cheap, but look, they're 500%. But this stock is probably going to get suspended. Oh, there we go, suspended again. That was it. You had a chance. Let's see, what could we have done just now? You'd have to have been quick. Could have bought a 7.5 put, but you'd be paying 500% implied vol. Now the 22.5 put just traded at 9. Yeah, guys, this is, I put epic short squeeze in the title for this. You guys are watching an epic short squeeze live, okay? And you're doing it with Uncle Dan, who's been trading options for over 35 years. So I can explain to you how this is working in a way that no one else can. So right now, we can look to the far right here, and we can see what the implied vol was that was just traded. 560% implied vol, okay? Normally, implied vols are 50%. So this is huge, huge. There's a lot of money being made and lost in here. But that was the squeeze, okay? 500,000 shares at 55 could have gone to 100 if there were no shares. If there were no shares, no one willing to sell to them. But eventually they found a buyer. Okay? They found a buyer at 55 to 60. Someone was willing to sell, so the buyer found a seller, excuse me. That was a broker taking over an investor's account that was short stock. And they were willing to pay any price. Now the broker is going to go after the customer. The customer is going to file bankruptcy, and the broker is going to basically absorb the bulk of the loss in that trade. So now it's game over. So now it's a race to the bottom, and everyone who got in is trying to get out. So, so had you just bought at 50 thinking it was going to go to 100, now you're down big. And these implied vols are huge. So what can we do in here? Where did the market trade just now? So Jason's asking when to sell. Well, here's the thing is, when you say sell, that means you're not long, right? Because if you're long, we just said you have to get out. So when do you sell? Well, this thing is just going to plunge from here. So you want to limit your risk. So you'd buy a put option. But if you bought a put option, it would cost 600%. So it's too expensive. Yeah, hey TY. Yeah, I can take a look at the gold and silver as a separate video. Yeah, I know everyone's looking at them now, silver and gold. So now, what could we do in here? Okay, one thing we could do, you could buy a 5 put a bid in at say 40 cents, and then sell it, right? So how would you do that? Okay, let's assume this thing's going to come plunging down. We're going to limit our risk at order entry. So one thing I could do is I could come in here and bid 40 cents. Okay? So I'm going to bid 40 cents. So I'm risking how much? I'm risking $40, right? All right, so I'm putting my bid in at $40. Oh, look at this. Rejected. They rejected my order. They're not letting anyone trade. Okay? They're not letting anyone trade the option now. Do you know why? It just said my orders rejected. Only closing orders. They are only going to let people get out for a loss. They're only going to let people close positions. The broker will not let you get short. So we're stuck. Only thing you can do now is get out. You can't get in anymore. It's not going to, TY, it's not just going to be TD. I'm betting all the brokers are preventing new positions. Do you know why? This is crazy, right? Do you know why they're not letting you add any new positions right now? That's because these brokers have just taken a massive multi-million-dollar loss off of customer positions that got out of control. So the broker is saying, I'm done with this stock. I'm not going to take any more losses on this stock. Now, if I go in and bid at 40 cents, I'm risking $40. Okay? There is no risk to the broker, right? No risk. So here I go. Okay, here we're opening. Rejected. Look, see that? They won't let me in. Damn. They won't let me in. Here we go, 28. Okay, now watch what trades in here. So now all we can do is watch. They're not going to let us trade it. All right, so what's trading in here? 17.5 calls just traded at 13. Okay, suspend it again. Yeah, Johnson, this is crazy stuff how options work, and I'm showing you guys a lot of stuff, so take it in. But remember, okay, the biggest mistake new investors make is they trade too big, okay? So TY is in the chat is asking, how did the broker lose? Okay, so let me walk you guys through this. You see this move here? Okay, the broker would allow people to sell calls. The broker would let people sell stock. When the stock goes from 20 to 60, the losses are unlimited. The position holder, the retail investor, loses more money than he has, his net worth. He's wiped out. When that happens, the broker takes over the account, and the broker goes in and tries to buy. And they'll pay any price to get out. The broker won't hold the position and say, I'm going to wait 6 months. The broker's like, I don't care what the price is. Why? Because the broker is going to go to court and sue the investor for the millions of dollars in losses. But what happens when they go to court to sue the investor? The investor has already filed bankruptcy. So there's no money to collect from the investor. So the broker is going to have to eat it. So the broker is going to lose tens, if not hundreds of millions of dollars on this trade. Okay? And then they're not going to want to do anything, right? The broker's salty towards this stock. And then the broker's like, look, not available to borrow. The broker's done with this thing. They're not going to, they're shutting it down. Oh, but Johnson, I'm glad you're learning a lot here, but remember one thing. The biggest mistake investors make is they trade too big. If you're curious about options and if you're going to dabble in options, you never sell options. Here, let me show you what happened to these guys. Look at this guy here. Let's find one that's actually traded. Here's the 10. Let me find one that's traded. Okay, let's look at this one. Let me pull up a quick chart. Okay, here is the 20 call. August 20 call. Okay, you see this? This was trading for $5. If someone came in this morning and shorted this at $5, it went up to 30. They would have lost 6 times, or the other way around, right? So if you shorted this call and this thing shot up and you wiped out your account, that's how the broker loses. You lose and the broker loses. So Ricky's right. Ricky in the chat just saying, which is why he's scared to sell premium. That's why if you ever sell premium, you do it really, really small. Now let me show you when I actually shorted premium. Okay, while we're waiting for this stock to become unsuspended. Okay, this is where Eastman Kodak was on April 21st. Look, it was a $2 stock. And look, you could have bought a 2.5 call for 10 cents. And it just went to 55. So you could have made 1,000 times return on your money. But let me just show you something in here. Let me show you a trade I did where I sold premium. And I only did one contract, even though I have a big portfolio. Let me show you what I did in here. I need to remove all. Let's see, how do I get rid of the price axis options? Get rid of the show. Okay, this is a really good lesson for you guys. Look at this option. This is my order right here. Okay, 2 contracts. I sold 1 contract here, okay, at 2:20 in the afternoon. You see where this was trading in the morning? Look, the day before this was trading at 10 cents. I sold it for $13.50. Okay, and when I sold that, it was 900% implied vol. Is that crazy? 900% implied vol. And then let me show you what happened into the close. Let me move it forward. Let me show you what happened to it. Look what happened. I sold it right here at $13.50. It traded $14.50. And then look what it did in the next, this is not days, this is in hours. Okay, hours. And you see this? And look, this is me right here. I bought at 5. And then obviously it went to 0. Oh yeah, Andy's good point. We have a Discord group. Yeah, actually I put the Discord link in the description. Anyone who wants to join our Discord group, there's a link in there where we talk option strategies. Okay, so I'm switching that off. So do you understand when you go and sell premium? It's when the vols are super high. Even though I have a big portfolio, how many calls did I sell at 900%? I sold 1. You gotta stay small unless you buy options. But don't be greedy, right? You don't need to be greedy. Okay, it looks like it opened up for another second. Let's check the time and sales again. Let's see what happened. So unfortunately, all we can do is watch. I don't know if any of you guys, can you not see the link in the, okay, let me go pull up the link. Let me put this into the chat. See if that link comes through. And you can go back and see my other video. I think it was SCO was the one. But let's take a quick look at this and see. Yeah, look, man, I got the answers. You just got to ask. Yeah, if you guys want to join the Discord chat, you can ask questions in there. You can see what we've been discussing. Right, we've been in the Discord. We were just talking about AMD a day ago. How low did we just get? 73.90. Yeah, I took 500% in there. I would have been 1,000% if I'd waited a day. Actually, I wanted to go back in here this morning. How low did they get? The 75s? Did they really get down to $1? When did they get down to $1? Wow. Really? 10 o'clock this morning, AMD got down. Crazy. Now, if you ask me which stock do you buy, if you're looking for something to invest in, I mean, A&D had huge earnings. Huge earnings. This stock's going to go a lot higher. You just got to pick your point. These options expire in 2 days, but look, it's 62% instead of 300 or 500%. $73.90. I wish I was watching it. The link is not working? Let me see. Let me try. Oh yeah, invite invalid. This invite may have expired. Hey Andy, you're the moderator in there. What? Okay, Andy's bringing a new link. So Andy, the link I've been putting in my videos is not valid. WTHR? You mean workhorse, right? WKHS. You know, I haven't looked that closely at this. You know, there's only one boss out there, and that's Tesla. My personal view is there's only one person in the world that can make this work, and that's Elon Musk. So there's no one else like him on the planet. You don't want to be betting against Elon Musk. That's all I can tell you. All these other companies, you know, good luck to them. But they're not going to amount to anything. Now there is, let's see. If we look at SPACs, now if you're into gold and silver, I wonder if rare earths take off. This is the old Molycorp mine where I lost a bunch of money. I'm wondering if I can get my money back in there. And here's an interesting stock. This is going to be Tattoo Chef. Their business is growing over 100% a year. Now here I've sold premium. You see this? 144%. You see here I sold this at $800 each. Over 200% implied. $8. Now they're trading at $4. $4.50. But then I also bought shares. So if I sell naked options, I'm ready to accept the consequences. I'm limiting my risk by either owning shares or by being willing to be assigned shares if I sell puts. All right, so what just happened in here? 11:09. Okay, we traded for 1 minute. Oh, it looks like we found a bid. WTRH. Is there a WTRH? Chris is saying WTRH. Water Holdings. I don't know this stock. $8 price target. Is this another pump and dump? Chris, are you trying to get me into a pump and dump? 21 cents? Oh, they sold a bunch of shares. 109 million shares. Yeah, you're a little late getting in there, aren't you? Now look at this. The stock's up 100 times. It's an app, okay? Oh, it's like Grubhub. Grubhub only has 92 million shares. Those guys have more shares than Grubhub. The vols are pretty low in there, to be honest. So you look at, you see you can sell the 5 call for $1. You could buy this for $1 and make 20% return in 51 days. Look at cake. Oh, Cheesecake Factory. Yeah, I like Cheesecake Factory. So that's Cheesecake Factory. Let's look at McDonald's. Oh, McDonald's is back up. I'm short McDonald's. What's happening with Visa? Here goes AMD, man. Going to be a new high. Hey Andy, yeah, the Discord, we need the updated Discord link. Is that going to expire every time you want to give someone the Discord link? That may explain why no one's going in from the channels, because the link is not valid. Yeah, Cheesecake Factory, I'm not bullish. I'm not bullish retail in there because of the winter time. No one's going to be able to go in inside a restaurant. Yeah, that's right. McDonald's should be serving breakfast all day. They stopped serving breakfast all day. That's why I'm short the stock. But I'm not making money in there now. Let's see what's happening. Oh, now I'm only up $7 in there. I was up $100 in there this morning. Yeah, you know, Bank of America has raised their price target to $2.25. I made a new link that won't look at Discord. Okay, so I have to do it. Okay, use this link. Alright, so I posted it. Let me click on it and see what happens. Oh, okay. Yeah, that one works. Okay, so that one I need to put in all my other videos then, don't I? Hey, where is my... Actually, I don't see it in the description field. All right, I just updated it in my Discord. Let me click on it again and see if it's there now. Okay, it's there now. That's weird. I thought I put that in there. I guess I'm going to have to go back and update all my other videos now. They all have the wrong link. Whoa! Okay, we're back up and running. 117,000 puts. I can't believe we have a bid. Yeah, I know Andy was telling me my link wasn't on YouTube. So Andy, if you go back in some of my videos, you'll see that I've added it back in, but I don't know, sometimes I go in to add it and it's not there, but a lot of my videos have it now. let me go back in here and check a couple of my videos. So here we go, 37. Now this is interesting that we're catching a bid in here. Good morning, good morning. It's July 29th. It's Wednesday, it's hump day. We're going to do a quick morning update. It's going to be an interesting day. Okay, good. My morning videos just finished updating. So I'll change the Discord group here and make this public. And then this other one is going to go away. Oh, I see. You're looking at the so you're looking at Euronav. All right, let's look at this thing. It's getting away from us. All right, thanks, Andy. Andy's the moderator. He manages the Discord for me. All right, so we might get some more members now that we have an active link that works. Cool. All right, look at this thing. What can we learn about the options that are coming through here? $600 implied vol. It looks like they're finding a bid in here. 500%. Well, I don't know what we can do in here other than watch, and they're not going to let me trade. Should I check my Interactive Brokers account and see if they'll let me trade? Oh man, I've got an updated version of the app. I'm going to have to re-enter my login details in Interactive Brokers. I'm pretty sure everyone's going to shut down trading in there. It won't just be TD. So we can see the vols are 300%. Let me try again and see if I can buy this at 40. Nope. Rejected. Series closing only. That means you can only do closing orders. You can only get out of the position. Let's look at the chart real quick. So you see what's happened here? You see this big plunge? So that's it, okay? There might be some lingering activity in here, but that's it. That's your peak. You're not going up from here. So I'm not sure what this is. These are probably Robinhood investors. But again, here's the question is, who can trade this now? Like, who's in there now? None of the retail platforms are allowed to trade it. So and then the only trades you can do is a closing trade, which means most people should be long, not short, right? But the fact this is going back up means that somebody open position was short. And then we can see from here, there's a lot of put activity. So are they selling puts or buying puts? So do we think it was Robinhood? Do we think they're the ones that took this? Let's take a look at the position of this stock. Wow. Okay, as of June 23rd, about 10,000 people. on July 28th, 9,000 yesterday. $62,000. So 52,000 new owners of the stock in one day. Popularity changes. There it is, folks. And look, there's AMD. If you ask me what's a fundamentally sound company to own, AMD's right in the sweet spot. Yeah, I think Lin Kumpoop is right. This is going to end up like Nikola. Let's see what Nikola's position is. Look at that. People still buying Nikola in the portfolio. Very sad, these people. They don't know what they're doing. Huge position at 32.92. Just got suspended again. Let's see what just traded in there. Yeah, so this is suspended again. So if you want to look at other pump and dumps, Nikola is a good example, isn't it? So look at the implied volatilities in Nikola now. Let's go out to the August contract. Stock's at 31. The calls and the puts are equalized now. Do you see that? Yeah, I'm pretty sure we can buy puts. This is hard to borrow. They'll let you buy puts in here. Yeah, if we want to buy one here at 3, for example. Now let me double check my order before I do this to make sure I don't make a mistake. Always double check your order. Buy one Nikola put for $3. The bid's $3.50. So let me try. So the order got accepted. Do you know what happened in there? Yeah, so in the chat, LJ Brandt is asking, will Nikola bring the other SPACs down? And the answer is yes, it will bring them down. But what happens with Bill Ackman's SPAC when that one launches? That one's going to be huge. And so Bill Ackman's new SPAC is going to suck some of the money out of these other SPACs as well. Because his is going to be massive. He's going to do an Airbnb or some well-known branded unicorn stock when he does his, and that's going to suck a lot of money out, but it's also going to make a lot of money, especially for Bill Ackman. He personally gets to buy $2 billion worth of shares. So SPACs are going to be interesting. So if we look at Nikola, let me show you guys something. This is a really good lesson if you want to learn options. Let me just repeat what I just said. Look at the implied vols and the prices. You see this? The shares that were registered to be released can now be sold, and the stock dropped from 60 to 30, right? But let me show you what this stock did a month ago. Remember, the puts and the calls are the same, right? So even if we go back to April, let me see. We want to go back to... Let's see, back then it was VTIQ. Okay, this was still too early. But let me just show you something. This is a really good lesson for you. Look at the puts and the calls. The stock's at 1164. Look at the put. Look at the implied vol. 83%, 68%. You see how cheap they are? You see how they're equaled at the money? Okay, now let me bring you back. Let me bring you to June. Okay, July 17th is when they announced that they would be floating their shares. Let's go back to July 2nd. Now there's no more VTIQ. Let's go to Nikola. And if we go back to Nikola, if we look at the July contract, or the August, look where the stock is, okay? It was 58, down 6 from the day before. Or the high was 65, right? So let me go back to 10 in the morning. Okay, look at this. Stock had just hit 65. At the money, 62s. Look at the puts. The call is $3, 127%. The put is $15, 200%. You see the difference? Is that crazy? And if you go in the money at the 60 call, it's $4.80, it's $13. So instead of being the same price at the money, the puts are huge, expensive. Why? Because people know the stock is going to drop because of the registration of shares that were to come. So the option market will actually tell you where the stock market's going. They predict that the price is going to move a lot lower. And at that point in time, it was hard to borrow. So you could say, well, I'll short the stock and sell the put. Well, good luck with that. Anyway, that's a good lesson on watching those. And now look at it. Look at this. Stock's at 31. $30 puts 5, 30 calls 6. They're both the same vol now. Okay, we're trading again. Let's look real quick at the 1 minute chart. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Look at the puts. 128,000 puts. Alright, well the major epic squeeze is over for that one. That was pretty crazy. I think that's enough for me. I was hoping I could try to sneak a trade in here, but it's not going to happen. And there's Hyliion. What do we see in the options? Stocks around 20, 129. The puts are a little bit higher than the calls. And if we go to FMCI, what do we see? Stocks at 15, 132 on the puts, 144 on the calls. You see the difference there? What do you think that means? $144%, 545. So this one is skewed the other way. Other people are looking at this one and they're saying, hey, I'll pay more money for the call than the put. So they're paying quite a bit for that one. And there's your DraftKings. What does that one look like? So they've already released all their shares, so it's 93 and 97%. Yeah, I mean, good luck with Hyliion. I've been a Tesla bull for years. I've been through the good and the bad, and I am not doing that roller coaster with anyone else other than Elon. Elon is the only one that can do that roller coaster ride, guys. You know, maybe Virgin Galactic could, but I just took profits there yesterday at 24. There's no one else that can do what Tesla can do. So don't think that some other guy is going to come along and be both a financial wizard and sleep on the production floor to fix the equipment, and then when the equipment doesn't even get the job done when it is working, go and file a patent and build a whole new factory tool to do a single die body chassis like what Elon's doing. There is no one in the world like him. I would only bet on Elon. I would not bet against Elon. And if you're telling me that you should buy Hyliion because they're in the same space as Elon, I would not bet against him. Would not. Take your money and buy Advanced Micro Devices. This is a no-brainer, but again, I'm not even in there right now. I was hoping to buy some calls in there this morning. Wow, these got down to 80 cents. Those 80 calls got down to 18 cents. Let's just hope we see a drop. Oh yeah, Dana. Yeah, I mean, you know, maybe you can buy this company, Dana. They got a good stock ticker. But guys, I just don't see. Anyway, I'm not going to be there with you for that journey, right? I think that's going to be a very painful journey. This guy is just so far ahead of everyone. I don't understand why people keep wanting to short his stock. But anyway, right now, if you want a stock that's breaking out, that has huge upside, and here, there's UBS maintains neutral. I don't understand that. How can you be neutral on this stock? Anyway, if this drops back down today, I'm going to buy some cheap calls. Yeah, I mean, and Dana's a real company, right? So Dana, they're a partner with Hyliion, and they have been, and they've been working together already. So yes, there is some kind of a real business there, whereas with Nikola there is no business. So there's something there. Yeah, in the chat, Investing Made Simple is just asking the question, why don't people just buy Tesla? I mean, actually a lot of people have bought Tesla. Let's take a look at Tesla. So look how many people are in Tesla now. 500,000 shareholders in Tesla. How many in Hyliion? 10%. What are the biggest? Let's see. Ford is 1 million, GE, Disney, Microsoft, and there's Tesla. So number 8. So Tesla's number 8. So there are a lot of people that are in that stock. But these options are expensive, man. 68%. Yeah, if Investing Made Simple started buying it at 180, yeah, if you bought this stock, did you see, I don't know if you've seen my other video on Tesla. If you haven't, if you own the shares, you should go back and see the video I did. And let's see. I did a really good video on Tesla. I don't know why it's so hard to find these damn things in here. Wow, I have a really short description there. I'm surprised I don't have anything more in there. That's weird. Huh, this must have been... I'm surprised I've got as much views as I have in this video. I don't really have anything in there. That's weird. Okay, sorry, I'm just updating the description field in there and adding the Discord in. So yeah, so let me add this in the stream. This is Tesla. Go watch this. Investing Made Simple. You go watch what I talk about about Tesla. It's going to be the largest market cap stock in the world. Yeah, so LJ Brandt, like, I understand what you're saying. It's hard to think about this company. It's hard to buy a stock at 1,500, but they're going to be bigger than any other company. So look at Amazon. And then what about Berkshire A? 29,000 shares. $29,000 per share. It's huge. And then look at this chart. I'm surprised it's trading up. Go back to our minute. Look at that. You know, what's interesting is TD won't let us trade, but someone's obviously trading somewhere. So I guess it's safe to say that it was TD Ameritrade that got killed this morning on Kodak. The fact that they're not letting us trade it. Left account logged in just asked, should I hold Kodak? You mean you're still holding on to it? You didn't sell it in that rally? Wow. I mean, if it was me, like I'm not your financial advisor, but like if it was me and you had a massive run up like this, I would be taking profits. I mean, you must be up 10 times, 50 times. If you got a huge profit in there, I would take the profit and go do something with it. That's what I did with my AMD stock. Is I took profit in AMD, and now I'm building a new PC. Obviously, if I waited, I could have made another 100% return. But anyway, I'll get back in there. I'm just going to have to wait for a dip. Markets go up and markets go down. Got to pick your point. I'll bet you this thing is over 80 by Friday. Could have bought this 80 call for 20 cents this morning. I think that would have been a fun trade. But markets go up and markets go down. Maybe, you know, we'll see what happens with the stock market today. Maybe the stock market moves back down. Oh, so left account logged in, tried to sell his Kodak shares. You should be allowed to sell for a closing position. It should allow you to get out. But yeah, there was a 55 bid in there for 500,000 shares, and I don't know I don't know who got it. It got suspended, and then when it reopened, it was just gone. I would be taking the money and running, but you know, your situation is not my situation. I don't even own it. But if you ask my advice, having traded for over 3 decades, when it's time to sell, I don't ask where the stock's going. I look at my P&L. So living like Jalen just said, I should have sold at 50. If you own these shares, the way I trade them is I leave a limit order to sell it at the price I want to sell it at. Now, if you had a limit order in there somewhere, you would have been filled. As long as you had an order below 60, you would have been filled at the price you wanted. But you can't look at the screen and decide you're going to put your order in while you're looking at it, because you're trading against computers. You know, this is humans versus computers. You will lose against the computer. So you have to think about what your strength is. Your strength is you're long the stock, and you can sell it anywhere you want to sell it by using a limit order. No one else can change your price. That's your strength. You need to put that order in early. Right? When you see the stock rocketing up, you need to have a limit order in at the price that will make you the profit that you want. You don't look at the chart and do some kind of technical analysis. You got to focus on your profits. Don't try to predict the price. That's what I try to tell people. That's what I do. So left account logged in is asking me, what do I predict on this stock? I try not to predict because the markets are random. No one knows where this stock is going. But let me just say this. If I had to guess, okay? If I had to guess, if we look at this stock from just a historical pattern replication, this is your top, okay? That's it. It's over. Okay, let me show you another stock that did something similar. You see this stock, NAT. Okay, it went to 9 and then that was it. It was there for 3 minutes. It's over. It's way back down. Okay, now the stock is rebounding, but you have to wait quite a while before you see this thing take off. Okay, so that's what's going to happen. But I could be wrong because no one actually knows. I could be wrong. Look at your P&L. If you're up $1 million because you bought $100,000 of Kodak at 20 cents and the stock's trading 50 and you're up $1 million, you always take the $1 million. Always. I've never taken $1 million and regretted it. Ever. You always take the money and run. So just focus on your profits after you've made an opinion and gone into something. So I try not to predict where the prices are going. I will look at history, and I can look at history and I see some repetition in history, and I can tell you that's your top, right? Now I can be wrong, but that's my opinion. And based upon that information, I'd love to buy a put in there. But I would not sell a call, right? So I would not sell a call in there because there's just no liquidity. I don't want to get killed. Those other guys got killed by selling a call, even though it's 300%. Look at the puts, 143,000 puts, right? 143,000 puts in there. They are loading up the puts. Damn, I wish I could short this thing. I may have to go in and let's see. Let me try my other account. All right, I'm in my IB account. I'm doing it on my mobile. Add an instrument. And they're going to freak out when they see me add this crazy stock in. All right, let me go to the options. I can't show you this. I'm doing this on my phone. All right, so comment from Ball Cars and Stocks. How many contracts do I usually buy? My contract size is consistent across all my trades because I try to focus on my money management. I always do exactly one contract. Yeah, TK Tankers has earnings coming up August 1st. All right, let's see if I can do this. So Ball Cars and Stocks, when you ask me about position sizing, most retail investors lose money because they trade too big. You trade small, you do one contract at a time. Look, the biggest trade I've done is, even with NAT, okay, I have 3 contracts, but I didn't buy 3 at one time. I keep putting my bid down below. You see that? And even in FMCI as well. FMCI, I'm selling call premium. You see my trades? Look, 20 call. I sold one for $7.60. I sold one for $8. I sold one for $8.40. And then I sold one of the 35 calls at $5.50, and then I sold another one at $5.50. That one I was trying to sell at $6. I couldn't get filled at $6. Stay small. You guys trade way, way too big. That's why you lose money. You lose money because you trade too big. You stay small. All right, let's see if I can do something here. What do we want to do? I'm going to try to put an order in on Interactive Brokers. Let me see if I can get that 5 call. Trying to buy one limit, 40 cents. Buy at 40 cents. I'm looking at my screen. I'm looking at my screen carefully. You don't want to make a mistake. Okay, I'm the bid in there. I think I'm the bid. Let's see what the market depth looks like in there. Oh, okay, there's a few more people in there than just me. Now let me check my order book and see if it got rejected. Huh, interesting. Okay, I'm able to trade on Interactive Brokers. The bulk of my money, Ball Cars and Stocks is asking if I intraday trade or swing trade. I have long-term positions that I just sold some calls in January. All right, so I'm a long-term investor, but sometimes I'll do things intraday if I see an opportunity. So the bid's dropping on that call, 500% on that call. I might modify the order. I think I might bring it down to 35. Let's see if the bid on 35 goes up by my order. It won't be able to tell. It's a different platform. All right, so I just moved my bid down to 35 cents. To be honest, I don't really want to pay 500% implied vol. but I do think the stock is coming down. The question is whether the vols will go up even more if it starts crashing down. The stock's at 32. You notice when the stock was at 60, that 5 put was trading, what, 20 or 25? Yeah, the question is, are you trading to make money or are you trading to have fun? That's really the question. I'm gonna go ahead and cancel this order. One thing is I just want to know if I could even trade, because if I can't even trade the stock, it's no fun watching. So I know I can trade the stock now. Stock's at 22. Look at the premium on the 22.5 put. It's $8. 22.5 is $10 in the money, and the premium should be equal to the puts. So you can see it's not. Yeah, if you want to make money long term, it's not that hard if you just focus. Let's go to January. Let's say, okay, you know Kodak has, okay, here's a no-brainer, guys. All right, let me show you how to do this. This trade I'll do, okay? Because they do have that loan, right? All right, so let's go back into that stock. Okay, this is what I'll do. I'm going to go to the options, and I'm going to go all the way out to January. And the reason why I'm going to go all the way out to January is because the vols are too high, right? The vols are way too high. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to go to the 5 strike, and I'm going to sell it. I'm going to sell it at $1.60. And you can see the high was $2.35 in there. Okay, I'm not going to put my order in yet because I want to see the offer go. Okay, this is the one. I'm going to sell this. Let's take a look at the market data, market depth. Okay, look, there's one contract at $1.60, and the rest of them are $1.75 and $1.80. So if this stock comes down, this should go up. Okay, now there's 3 contracts at $1.60. We need the stock to drop a little bit, and then I'll sell this 5 put. All right, just so we can have fun with this, I'll do it at $1.55 so you can see it. Okay, I'm doing this on a different platform. You see the offers at $1.60 right here, okay? Oh, now someone else came in. 10 contracts. Damn. Oh, now they're gone. Okay, I'm going to go in for 1 lot. Now, here, look over here. You see down in the bottom left corner? Oh, they're back again. Oh, the stock's at 34. Last traded at $1.55. If the stock were to drop back down, I think, I'm happy to sell it for $1.55, $1.60. That makes my break even $3.50. With $1 billion loan, I think they're worth at least $3.50. Right? And if it trades above $5 by January, then I got to keep the $155 or whatever it is. Last traded at $1.55. If the stock drops, the put may go up or the vols may go down. All right, so what did I tell you before? What's the beauty of human versus computer? What is your strength? Your strength is you can leave a limit order. right? I can't believe this stock's trading up. Oh, Gatsby of Houston, you rolled out of NAT into Scorpio? Really? I'll tell you what, this is what I'm going to do, guys, just to show you something here. The power of human trading is the use of limit orders. So right now we're up. If this stock trades down, where could the price go? Where did we see it go just now? It went down to $1. It went up to 180. So what I will do is leave a resting order, and I probably won't get filled. Oh, look, here comes a 150 bid. You see that? 150 bid for 2. So here's the advantage of being a human trader. What we can do is we can go ahead and just leave an order above the market. If they don't fill us, they don't fill us, okay? But here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to leave a resting order at 175 to sell a put. So what I'm saying is at 175, I'm saying the stock will not get below $3.25 by January. And if it doesn't, then I'll collect $175. So I'm going to leave that order there. Now watch, the stock just dropped $1. We'll see, and it just traded 150. Now I'm not going to watch it anymore. That's my trade. And I'll move on to something else. All right, Gatsby of Houston, what have you done? You rolled out of your NAT. You did that after I went in and bought calls? I'm up 30% already. Traded 58. All right, let's look at Scorpio. They got earnings coming up. So if you're in Scorpio, $13.81. Yeah, you see the balls are getting cheaper in here. Look, 75%. They were 85% yesterday, 82, 85. So these are getting cheaper. You know what you could do is you could go in and buy, oh, now it's 145 bid. I was going to say, if you could buy this at 145, wait for a rally, and then you might even sell another one against it if it gets expensive. But look at these getting cheap down in here. Can't get over how cheap these are getting. I might try to buy one of these at 17. What do they want in September? Getting cheap. Yeah, I don't have a strong opinion on Scorpio. I'm not sure where that one goes. It's just not, it's not in the sweet spot. But I think they're going to push DHT up to $6 is what I think they're going to do. And look at this. This is trading at 60 cents. So I'm up 50% on my short put in there. And Euronav struggling to make it up past the 10 price. Now we're starting to see some volume come in. So it looks like TD Ameritrade is the only one that's not letting people trade these. Lot of puts. Okay, it's noon. It's time for lunch, folks. Time to grab some lunch. Alright, well, that was fun. That was fun watching that with you guys. That crazy stock. If it plunges back down, I'll sell an expensive put at the 5 price. We'll see if it gets back down there. I think it drifts back down, but does it drift below $5 with a $1 billion loan? Probably not. But I would expect it to trade lower, and if it does trade lower, and if the vols are high, then you want to go out as far as you can. So I remember I got an offer at 175. I'm only doing one contract. Chris is asking that TK is larger than the other ones in terms of what? Market cap? TK Tankers is $500 million market cap. Are you saying, sorry, before we jump off here, what are you saying, Chris, that TK larger in terms of what, the number of ships? TK has 56 ships. Euronav has 76. Scorpio's got 137. So in terms of size, the biggest is Scorpio. In terms of the sweet spot, DHT, if you believe VLCCs will outperform. Otherwise, it's Euronav. And Euronav is the top performer so far. Oh, I mean, you're talking about like net asset value and revenue. Rates, let's see, analysis. In terms of revenue, let me just see. I think I did something on that. Let me see if I can find it. In terms of revenue, assets, retained earnings, dividends. I'll have to take a closer look at that. I think in terms of assets, TK has half the assets of Scorpio. So Scorpio has the most assets, and then it's Frontline. But then they also have a lot of liabilities. So shareholders' equity is actually Euronav. So Euronav has the second largest amount of assets, but it has the largest shareholders' equity position. There is no way, okay, no one knows where these stocks are going, but I will bet anything this stock will never see 60 for the next 6 months to a year. That was it. You will not see 60. But I also don't think you'll see less than 5. So I'll sell an expensive put in January. If it gets up to $1.75, if the stock plunges, I'll sell that for $1.75. That's what I'll do. But that's my opinion. No guarantees. Markets are random. They could do anything. No one knows. So best of luck, everyone. It's time for lunch. We'll chat later. Take care.